Imagine trying to fall asleep tonight with no roof, no walls, and rain hammering down on your bare skin for hours. No blanket, no fire, just cold water falling from a black sky. Now here's the strange part. Ancient humans did this for thousands of years, and somehow they still slept. How is that possible? Because rain isn't gentle in the wild. It's loud, it's cold, it soaks everything, and it can last all night. If you or I got caught in that kind of storm with no shelter, we'd probably stay awake, shivering, terrified, checking every sound for danger. So how did early humans switch off their brains and drift into deep sleep in conditions that should have kept them wired for survival? There's an even bigger question hiding underneath this one. Sleep is supposed to be dangerous in the wild. When you're asleep, you can't watch for predators, you can't run, you're completely defenseless. So evolution should have made rainy nights the worst possible time to sleep deeply. Instead, something in the ancient human brain seemed to do the opposite. And once you understand why, you'll never think about a rainy night the same way again. Let's go back about 70,000 years. Early humans didn't sleep in soft beds behind locked doors. They slept in caves, under rock shelters, or sometimes just under trees, with the sound of rain as a constant companion for entire seasons. In many regions near the equator, heavy rains weren't rare events, they were routine. If ancient humans hadn't found a way to sleep through them, entire populations would have been sleep-deprived for months every year. That's not survivable. So nature had to solve this problem somehow. Here's where scientists started digging for answers, and what they found challenges almost everything we assume about modern sleep. In 2015, sleep researcher Jerome Siegel at UCLA studied 3 modern hunter-gatherer societies, the Hadza in Tanzania, the San in Namibia, and the Chimane in Bolivia. Groups whose lifestyles closely resemble how ancient humans actually lived. He wanted to know what really controls the human sleep switch, and the answer wasn't darkness, it wasn't quiet, it was temperature. These groups fell asleep as the air cooled in the evening and woke up as it warmed at sunrise, almost like clockwork, regardless of how loud or dark their surroundings were. Now think about what rain actually does to the environment. It drops the temperature fast. It cools the air, cools the ground, cools exposed skin. For a brain that's wired to associate falling temperature with it's time to shut down, a rainstorm wasn't a threat. It was practically a signal telling the body to sleep. But here's where things get strange. Cold alone doesn't explain everything, because extreme cold without rain often does the opposite. It keeps people alert and shivering. So researchers looked closer at the sound itself, and that's when they discovered something that changes the whole picture. Rain isn't just noise. It's a very specific kind of noise, spread evenly across frequencies with no sudden spikes, no sharp cracks, no unpredictable pattern. Scientists call this kind of steady, layered sound pink noise. In 2017, a study from Northwestern University, led by researcher Nelly Papalambros, found that playing pink noise during deep sleep actually enhanced slow-wave brain activity, the exact brain state linked to memory processing and deep rest. In other words, sound like rain doesn't just fail to disturb sleep, it can actively deepen it. So now you have 2 forces working together. Falling temperature tells the ancient brain it's safe to power down, and the steady wash of rain gives the brain a stable, predictable soundscape with nothing sharp or sudden to trigger alarm. Compare that to a snapping twig, a low growl, or sudden silence in the forest. Those are the sounds that should keep a sleeping human on edge, because they mean something changed. Rain, on the other hand, never changes. It just continues, hour after hour, and an unchanging sound is something the ancient brain learns to tune out. But the real mystery goes deeper than biology. Historian Roger Eckerch uncovered something unusual while studying pre-industrial sleep records. Long before electric light, many humans didn't sleep in one continuous block at all. They had what's called segmented sleep, a first sleep, a waking period in the middle of the night, and then a second sleep before dawn. During storms, that middle waking period may have served a purpose. It gave ancient humans a chance to check their surroundings, confirm they were safe, and then slide back into rest with the rain still falling around them. It wasn't broken sleep, it was monitored sleep, built for a world where danger never fully disappeared. That's when everything changes about how we see this. Ancient humans weren't overpowering the storm to sleep. They were reading it. Falling temperature meant safety. Steady sound meant nothing had changed, and a brief waking period meant they could check the world before drifting off again. Their bodies weren't fighting the rain, they were listening to it, using it as a kind of nightly signal that said, "Everything is still the same, you can rest now." So, the next time rain falls outside your window at night and your eyes grow heavy without you trying, you're not just getting lucky. You're feeling something written into the human brain long before houses, before blankets, before locked doors. A signal older than civilization itself, telling you that the sound of falling water has always meant one thing to your ancestors. It's safe to close your eyes now.